Would you like to know how to make $1 million online fast? Well, here's the deal. Fast might be a little different for each and every one of us, but I'm going to give you my 3 steps that I would take if I was starting from scratch to have the most success. I'll do that right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? Anthony Morrison here, and today I wanted to touch on a question I hear a lot as I look through Facebook groups and my online forums from people who are looking to start and grow their online business. And that is, what is the fastest way to make $1 million starting from zero? And I mean zero. You don't have any course, any podcast, any social media following, anything that you might think might give you leverage or a head start. Look, when I see people answering this question, they always jump on things like Amazon FBA or invest in real estate. Well, those things are great if you already have $1 million to invest. They're pretty expensive to get started with. What I want to show you is the fastest way to 7 figures without already having a super successful business or a ton of money to invest. Now, here's my typical disclaimer. I am not promising you're going to make $1 million from this, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, like, if I were starting over and I wanted to make $1 million, here's the path I would take. Look, I've invested in real estate. I've started e-commerce businesses. I've got a digital marketing business. I've done affiliate marketing. Like, I've done a ton of different things, right? So if I were to sit there and say, what would be the path I would take to start from zero and try to get to $1 million the fastest way? This is the path I would take. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to make $1 million. This is not click a button and make $1 million deal. Look, the word fast can mean anything, right? Like, what does fast mean? If I told you could go from zero to $1 million in the next 2 years, would that feel fast to you? I think that would probably feel fast to a lot of people. If I said you could go from zero to $1 million in the next 5 years, would that feel fast? I think a lot of people would say, man, that's pretty fast, right? So I'm not saying zero to $1 million in the next 4 days, okay? Let's just be realistic and kind of use our brains, okay? What I'm gonna do is just show you the path I think is the fastest path to being able to make $1 million if you're starting from zero and you really don't have any leverage. So here we go, all right? Number 1, choose who you want to sell to. Notice I didn't say to choose what you want to sell. The most important part is the part that most people get confused with. You actually want to figure out who you want to sell to before figuring out what you want to sell them. I know it's not sexy to talk about and stuff like that. Look, honestly, people get a little flustered. They're like, what do you mean? But honestly, if you haven't figured out the who, I guarantee you your business is probably going to flop. Why? Because without knowing who you want to talk to, you're going to wind up making products and promoting products as an affiliate that nobody even wants, right? So who is your ideal customer? Are they busy moms who want to lose weight without cutting carbs? Or are they entrepreneurs who have no idea how to create funnels in their business? Or about single guys who need relationship coaching or dating advice, right? Look, this is your opportunity to draw from your experiences, your background, your interests, your passions, and let that guide you, right? When you're finding your ideal customer, you're finding a group of people that you would be passionate about serving. Think about that. People you wouldn't mind fielding complaints from. Your ideal customer are people that you honestly believe you can put their interest above yours. I'll give you an example. The other day, a buddy of mine showed me a product that's crushing it on ClickBank right now that helps basketball players improve their vertical jump. I thought it looked like a good product. But I know so little about basketball and about the type of person that would buy a product like this that the most I would ever do is maybe run an ad on Facebook or YouTube for something like this, right? On the other hand, when it comes to someone who wants to grow their online business or sell a course online, that's an area that I'm super passionate about. And I gladly run ads, jump on the phone, even meet people in person and talk to them and explain to them how this could be done because it's exciting. Why? Because when I know who I want to sell to, who my ideal customer is, I'm willing to do just about anything for them. And that's going to be the key to selling the amount of products that you need to sell in order to make $1 million, right? Step number 2, find out what they need. Too many entrepreneurs are focused on building the product they think, right, is the product that people need. And it's the product they want to sell instead of listening to their customers to find out what the customers need, right? And again, this is the beauty of figuring out the who you want to sell first. Once you know who you want to sell, you can find them on Facebook or forums and chat groups and things like that online. You can see what their needs are, right? You can ask them personally over direct message or even get them on the phone. And you may even find that the product that they need is a product that's already out there and you don't even have to create it. You can simply become an affiliate for that product or an affiliate for somebody else's course and sell that. In fact, becoming an affiliate is one of the smartest ways to generate this kind of money quickly, because you don't have to build your own product to get started. If speed is your goal, right? Then cutting out the having to build the product and having to have the customer support and having to get the merchant processing and all these things speeds things up, right? Step number 3, create a high-ticket solution. Once you know who and you know the what, it's time to create or find a product. And this is the key to making $1 million faster rather than slower. It needs to be a higher ticket product that you're selling. Most people are surprised to find that I actually recommend selling higher ticket programs before selling something small like a book or a low-cost digital product. And the reason is this: when you're selling a product that costs $5 to $100, you need to sell a massive amount of them to get to that $1 million mark. Whereas the same amount of energy you can put into selling a high-ticket product, which can be anywhere from, say, $395 to $1,000, right? And a much smaller group of people are needed to get you that result faster. The key is creating a product or consulting service that you can charge a higher price for, right? Or already find one that's designed and ready for you to promote as an affiliate, right? Now, if you're new to this world, you may have heard me say products that are hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and even though I have no idea how to sell something expensive, how am I going to be able to do this? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The secret that's allowed even complete beginners to have success online in this higher ticket space. And that's by selling them through webinars. Webinars are one of the fastest and most efficient ways to sell higher ticket products online. And the cool part is you don't even really need to be on the webinar. If you're using someone else's product, they've usually done the hard part of putting a webinar together for you, and your job is to simply just promote it, right? So there you go. That's my 3-step plan to making $1 million faster than most people would ever make $1 million in the path that I think is the fastest if you're starting from scratch. If you take these steps seriously, I promise you'll be ahead of the game, right? And you'll stand out drastically from everyone else, because instead of just trying to shove the latest product and nonsense down people's throats, you'll actually be giving them what it is that they want and need, right? We're interested in building like long-term sustainable, reliable businesses, right? Not just shoving things down people's throats. And so I think that's the biggest key is anytime you see these types of words, fast, you got to stop and think to yourself, is speed really that important? You know, is it really that important? If you could make $1 million in the next 30 days, is it really going to change your life any more than if you made $1 million in the next year? And the answer is probably not. But would the quality of service that you provide to people be much greater if you were to make that $1 million over the next year than in the next 30 days? And I think the answer to that would be yes. So even though we use this, how to make $1 million fast, starting from zero, remember that fast does not mean minutes, weeks, days, even months. Sometimes fast might mean a year or two, right? But that's still an amazing achievement, right? So my best advice for you is if you want to make $1 million online or 500,000 or whatever, if you want to make a lot of money online, follow these steps, right? Check them out. See if this is a good path for you, right? And then go at a pace that allows you to grow, but also to make sure that you're not compromising the quality of service that you provide to the people that are buying from you, because that's going to allow you long-term, sustainable, and reliable success as a business owner.